Okay, you're on.
Well, I'll tell you what happened down south before I get to
Cool.
the spider thing.
Yeah.
We were down south in an area called Song Bay in foxholes. We, a lot of Viet Cong snipers, all the time, taking pot shots at us.
Wow.
No big deal.
Really? That wasn't a big deal?
No big deal.
Because they weren't good, or they couldn't hit you?
I mean, they
Too
had,
far away?
Yeah, way.
Oh, okay.
200 yards away.
Oh, okay.
But I went on guard duty with another guy in what we call listening posts. About these listening posts are outside the wire.
Really?
In the fucking jungle, in a foxhole, you've got a radio with you, and there are a lot of them, like positioned around the perimeter of the camp.
Of a base or something?
Yeah.
Or, oh, okay.
Yeah. So
And you're listening to on the radio, or you're listening?
no, we just have a radio to communicate back to the.
So you're supposed to listen if somebody's coming through the woods or something?
Right.
Ah.
It's, an
Okay.
LP,
Yeah.
listening post.
So this is a guard
Right.
duty.
Right.
God.
And so we're sitting there a couple hours, and I have to take a piss.
Okay.
So
How many guys are in one foxhole?
Two.
Okay.
So I get up. I mean, this is no laughing matter, actually, but I get up.
Okay.
And I, I'm taking a leak.
Outside of the hole.
Outside of the hole.
Right.
I'm taking a leak. And 2 RPGs, rocket-propelled grenades, come shooting into the foxhole, blowing this kid up. Now
That you were with?
Yeah.
Oh
I didn't know the kid,
Oh, you were just on duty together?
Yeah, we were just on duty together,
You hadn't even known him at all?
I didn't know him at all.
Wow.
He was new. He was like a cherry. We used to.
Oh, okay,
call.
yeah, new guy.
Yeah, new guy. I didn't want to know him. Care fucking less about him.
You didn't even know his name?
No.
Whoa.
I'm taking a leak. These 2 rocket propelled grenades come in, blow this kid up to shit, and knock me down. The blast, boom, knocked me down. I hit my head on a tree, and
Wow.
I got up and crawled back in the hole. Holy shit! Just pieces.
Whoa.
Just pieces of this poor kid all over the
Instant death for him.
He never knew what hit him.
Wow.
So.
Do you think it was you getting out to pee that?
No. It was just. It wasn't my time to go.
Wow.
Ah,
man. What stage of the war for you was that? Like how far after that did you actually leave?
That was. I think that was after the spider incident.
Okay.
That was in '69.
This happened in '69.
Yeah, December of '69. That's right. December of '69 is when it was December 23rd, right around Christmas.
Wow. That the foxhole incident.
Yeah, the foxhole incident.
Wow. Did you said there were 2?
2 rocket-propelled grenades.
How far away were they shot? Do you figure? Any idea?
No.
Oh, no idea.
No idea.
Huh.
I know that the VC, do that on occasion. These rocket grenade launchers.
Uh-huh. How do they target something at night? Huh. Yeah.
They in the daytime they can see the.
Oh, I see. Right.
They
they know it's there already.
They know it's there.
Oh, jeez.
So
they might have even had it perfectly aligned.
Yeah, aligned. Yeah. It was late at night, like 2:00 in the morning.
Man.
So.
What was it you were drinking that you had to pee? I was just wondering. Like you just water and you
water,
just
canteen.
Yeah. So literally you would have been out of the foxhole a half a minute.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. Yeah. And just,
wow.
get out of the foxhole and take a quick leak and then climb back in,
Wow.
So,
How far were you from the foxhole?
I don't know, maybe a yard.
Wow.
Maybe.
And you didn't sustain any injuries?
No, just knocked me on my ass.
Wow.
It just wasn't my time.
Jeez.
You know.
Wow. So what did you do exactly? Did you?
Well, I picked up. I tried to pick up. The radio was fucking, blasted to shit.
Wow.
The sergeant came by, and pulled me back to the base camp, and pulled everybody back. So.
But you could walk, and it wasn't like you.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I walked.
Oh, okay.
And
Wow.
they in the daytime they cleaned up the mess.
Wow.
It was horrible.
Jeez.
I mean, no wonder I have PSTD.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, how the fuck do you live through something like that? I mean,
Yeah, totally. I can't imagine.
So, anyway, getting
Wow.
back to this mountain thing.
Yeah, I want to hear this one.
So we're told, we're given an order that to set up this radio network. These 86s that the infantry carried on their back, they only had a range of like 8 miles.
86 is a radio?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we installed big communication devices up on mountains a lot.
Okay.
So you could, communicate with the 86, relay off this big Angry 19,
Okay.
another radio, and get more range.
Okay.
So we go up there, we're setting up this Angry 19, and calibrating this thing is a pain in the ass. It takes like 45 minutes.
Okay.
And it's in a steel container, dropped by a helicopter.
Wow.
So,
How many of you guys are there?
there are about 8 of us.
Okay.
So we're dropped on the mountain. We go out, we set our claymore mines and our trip flares around the top of the mountain. We dig our foxholes, and then we settle in,
In order for the next day, you're gonna.
Right. And we start setting up the radio.
This is the first night or the second
This
night?
is the first night.
Okay,
We
okay.
do it all.
Yeah, yeah.
Dig the foxholes, set out the claymores and the trip flares, and work on the radio.
Just on a second, the trip flares and claymores are two different devices that are
Right.
sort of used nearby one another or whatever.
Yeah.
They just do the same kind of. Well, one of them is the mine,
One of them is a mine, the claymore,
and the flare
trip flare is
just
you
to
hit
get
the wire and it shoots up in the air and lights up.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you can see what's
So
going
you
on.
can see what's going on.
Yeah.
So the first night, everything went, fine, smooth and everything.
Right.
And we dig trenches for it to poop in and pee in and throw our sea rations in, a big pit,
Right.
a big trench. So the second night comes, and the trip flares start going off. The whole fucking mountain starts lighting up.
Wow.
And then boom, 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 boom.
Claymores.
Claymores are going off like crazy. We figured we're under attack by North Vietnamese.
Yeah. And you're all in foxholes.
Yeah.
Two to a foxhole, essentially.
Yeah, 2 to 5.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And but it wasn't North Vietnamese. It was tarantulas. Hundreds of tarantulas crawling up the mountain and setting off these claymores and trip flares. I mean, it was like a fucking ocean. These things, I swear to God, and they're so ugly. I mean, mean, they are just ugly as
Yeah,
hell.
they're furry and they're
Oh,
huge.
yeah,
Huh?
they got fangs like this, you know. I mean,
They're as
Jesus.
big as your hand,
Yeah,
aren't they?
Jesus Christ. You know, and
And so they're
and the claymores, you know, as they uh, hit a tripwire, you know, the claymore goes off, and you know, spiders are being blown up in the air.
right.
Like, this is crazy.
Wow.
And then, and about a couple hours later, the North Vietnamese caught on with all this fucking noise, you know, on top of this mountain, and they start artillery bombing the hell out of the mountaintop.
Wow. Did they hit the Angry 19?
No, they missed the Angry 19.
Wow.
But they're, and as the rounds are coming in, you know, and hitting the trees and hitting the soil, spiders.
Really?
Fucking spiders, you know, are blown into the air. And we're sitting in foxholes, you know, crunching down with spiders. It was raining.
Oh my God.
Raining spiders on us. Like, you know, live ones, dead ones, wounded ones, you know.
Wow.
So it was something out of a freaking horror movie.
Wow.
It really was. You know, it was horrible, man.
Jeez.
I was so scared. You know, I was more afraid of the spiders
Yeah.
than I was of getting hit by one of these artillery rounds, you know.
Wow.
So finally, artillery stops, and you know we get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
We call in the choppers and we get lifted out of there. But but these, you know, it was crazy.
Jeez. Did you talk about it with the other guys?
Oh yeah.
Everybody was like the same
everybody.
reaction.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you know, guys were screaming. You know, I mean, you know, if you guys were bitten,
Yeah, they must have been.
you know, I mean, whew,
Wow.
you know, it was.
When did you realize it was spiders? Like fairly early on?
Yeah.
Because you could see,
Well,
because of the flares, you could see.
Yeah, because when the flares went off, you know, we're sitting in our foxholes, and you know, like one or two spiders would crawl up.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
And then, you know, minutes later, hundreds of spiders would be crawling and setting off all these flares and
Yeah.
claymores. And we realized, of course, it was the spiders. You know,
Yeah.
setting off these things. But
And you figure they wanted to get to the to the
food,
latrine.
the food and the poop, I guess.
Right.
You know, yeah. What else could they possibly want?
Wow.
You know, so yeah, it was a madhouse. It was,
God.
you know, something out of a frickin' Twilight Zone, man.
Totally. I mean, yeah, you couldn't design a scarier movie.
No. And I still have, you know, all the 40 years, 45 years later, I wake up sometimes in the middle of the night
Thinking about that?
thinking that there's tarantulas all over me.
Wow.
It's just, you know, frightening as hell.
Wow. And so it was almost like 2 rounds of them, because you got hit by the spiders that were on the claymores, and then you got hit by the spiders that got hit with the by the
Right, with the artillery, right.
And so there was probably a gap between the 2 incidents.
Yeah. Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah,
And you
it
still
was-
had to stay through the night? And you-
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 'Cause
So you're just like
just-
killing as many as you can in the foxhole.
Yeah, with a rifle butts. You know,
Oh man.
it was horrible.
Did you have flashlights or?
No, well,
something?
we didn't have flashlights, but
Huh.
we didn't really need them.
Yeah.
But flares.
The
were
flares
shooting up.
last for a long time.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh man.
It was frightening as hell, man. And it was,
Yeah.
you know, this dark, no fires. We weren't allowed to have fires.
Right.
It was, you know, pitch black, like out there.
Right.
You know, it just, you know, horrible. You know.
Wow.
I mean, how would you like to be sitting out there in a foxhole, and a flare shoots up in the sky, and you know these things light up an area pretty well, and the ground is moving
Yeah. Jeez.
with things, you know, bigger than your hand.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Furry.
God
They
damn,
bite.
You know,
Wow. The how big is a foxhole? got to hold two guys. Must be like. And
I
you
don't
got to
know.
dig it, so you can't dig it.
We dig it.
Jeez.
And
How deep is it? It's like can you do a crouch in it, or do you?
yeah, you crouch
can't
in it.
stand in
you
it.
lie in it. You can't stand in it.
Right.
You know? And we have put sandbags up,
Ah,
you know, around the
around
hole.
it.
Yeah. And anything else that we can get our hands in, like big tree stumps or whatever.
Right.
So.
Huh. Wow, that's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you ever see any snakes?
Yeah, I saw a couple snakes, but I wasn't too concerned about that. These spiders, man, and centipedes.
Oh yeah, those can be pretty vicious
Poisonous,
too.
and like this big,
Right.
So
I've heard they can be very poisonous.
yeah.
Centipedes. Wow, that's a wild story. Yeah. I'd sort of like to see it filmed. If somebody could do it sometime.